Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Mastering Maize and Blue podcast series. Today we will be talking about Talent Gateway. I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Jenna Deebajah. I'm majoring in mechanical engineering. I'm in SWE, Talent Gateway, and I'm an orientation leader. My favorite building on campus is the IAVS building, and I'll go ahead and let my co-host introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Lydia Fleming. I'm majoring in psychology and criminology, and my involvement is I'm a member of Pride, and I'm the public relations of the Criminology and Criminal Justice Collective. And my favorite building on campus is the library. And now I'll have our guests, Josh Palmer and Trevor Johnson, introduce themselves.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh Palmer and I am the program manager of Experience Plus. And one of my main responsibilities is to support the coordination of the Talent Gateway program, which Trevor and I are excited to share some information with you about today.
Yeah, thank you, Josh. I'm Trevor Johnson. I'm a cybersecurity major and cybersecurity and information assurance major. I'm also a senior. And yeah, we're really excited to tell you all about career services / Talent Gateway.
Okay, so I'll get started off with the first question. What is your favorite part about UM-Dearborn?
I think my favorite part really is the energy of and enthusiasm that our students bring. I love the days where we're hanging out in the university center, doing our different promotional events or hosting different socials for students to come together. I just enjoy working with all students from all different backgrounds and experiences that are not only are excited to learn, but are really supportive of one another as well.
Yeah, I love that part of campus too, Josh. But also for like the student perspective, I absolutely love that UM-Dearborn kind of gives me the tools to succeed. Like that's kind of like a lame response, but it's more like if I want to be the best that I want to be, they give me the tools. If I want to be mediocre, I can be mediocre. But if I want to be amazing, I can be amazing. And I think that opportunity is pretty great.
No, I can definitely agree with that. I think that UM-Dearborn always gives you like whoever you need to work with, whatever resources you need, whatever you want to accomplish, there's always someone there to help you kind of accomplish that.
Great, and the next question we have for you is how would you describe the campus and the community?
Supportive and collaborative is something that really comes to mind. I think about supportive, not just from our faculty members supporting you in the classroom, our staff members supporting you through your academic journey, but our students support one another through mentoring programs, through programs like the Talent Gateway, having the career peers as resources to support you. And collaborative was that we work together. We're not stuck in our own little silos. Our programs and initiatives are always crossing paths on how can we support one another for it to be successful. So that would be two things that really come to mind for me. How about you, Trevor?
Yeah, I mean, similar to what you said, I like to think of our campus and our community as kind of like a close-knit family. And this family isn't just between students. It is extended to faculty and staff. It's like everyone kind of works together. And similar to what I said earlier, we're kind of push each other to be the best that we want to be, but also not really, I wouldn't say competing, but kind of with like this collaboration, this positive, this can't think of the word, but anyway, this like positivity that we bring supporting each other is really some of the greatest things that we have on campus and in our community.
Yeah, and I agree. I think it's really great that the past year we've been really good at bringing the community online as well and being able to go to meetings and meet different people online.
Okay, next up, we can get into talking about Talent Gateway. What are some of your main responsibilities?
So my role is pretty unique. So as the program manager of Experience Plus, I work with that level of programming from that higher level of the collaboration between the library, the global education department, and the Office of Career Services. So I have my hands in a lot of different offices and programs that we have. So I help out with a lot of the programming, workshop facilitation, management of the Talent Gateway, so working with Trevor and the career peer team to make sure that that program is there to support all of our students and recognize them for earning the M-Talent distinction. And I also do a lot of individual career coaching, so helping out students with figuring out what they want to study, what they want to major in, their career path, helping out with resume reviews, interview prep, job and internship search, those types of things for both students and alumni. So I'm involved in a lot of different things, and it's really great to engage with students in a lot of different ways.
So as a career peer, I kind of get to do like the ground level work that Josh doesn't get to do. So with helping the Talent Gateway and Career Services, I get to kind of help with those resume reviews, but also be events for the different workshops and the different things that we can to make sure that you have the tools that you need to succeed. But also the thing I like the most is I get to work like as a ground worker at the Talent Gateway. So I get to review people's challenges, help them get a deeper level of reflection, but also point them to some very helpful resources that we have on campus so they can get the most out of their time here.
That's awesome. You guys both sound like you guys both do a lot, so we appreciate that.
And the next question we have for you is, what is your favorite part about your job?
I love my job. I'm a little biased, but I think I have one of the coolest jobs on campus working with these students. I love the if you want to call it aha moments, but those times where students really are accomplishing their goals and really figuring out like where they want to go with their career, or seeing the M-Talent students during our showcase give their presentation and share all about their UM-Dearborn experience and the things that they've accomplished along the way, and hearing about them landing a co-op or internship or their first job as they're getting ready to graduate from their program and enter the workforce or go off to grad school, medical school. It's just really awesome to see everything that they accomplish and hopefully be at least a small part of their journey along the way.
For me, I would say in the gateway, right? When their students are submitting challenges, I'm able to read them. I get insight not only of their personality, but also of like their future. So I like to think of myself as someone who's kind of guiding them along their path of reflection. And I think it's really cool when not only they have a moment where they have a really like deep understanding from the experience they had in the past, but also when I get to meet that person, whether that be virtual or in person, I'll be like, wow, I was awarding Jenna's challenges for like 2 years now, and then I get to meet them and actually talk to them. Like the connection that kind of goes past is like really awesome. I think really cool.
And I'll add in, we have a lot of fun and camaraderie within our office and our team. Trevor does a great weather report at our bi-weekly meetings. So he's actually a weather expert in addition to cybersecurity and many other things. But one thing I'm looking forward to for this fall is to still have some engagement online and virtual, but to get back to the office and have that camaraderie within our team, but then also to welcome students back in to support them in person as well as virtual.
Yeah, we definitely need to get back in person. I miss being around other people. And Trevor, you talked about the challenges. That's so funny because whenever I'm writing my challenges and submitting them, I'm always thinking in the back of my head, like, oh my God, a stranger is gonna read this and they're gonna know something about me. And it's so funny because I think you've graded like a couple of my challenges because I recognize your name.
See, it's pretty cool, I tell you.
Okay, so our next question is, in what ways does Talent Gateway prepare students for their future?
Yeah, so students are immediately able to engage with the Gateway as soon as they're enrolled at UM-Dearborn. And the whole point of the Talent Gateway is to support students with developing their skills, getting some new experiences, going out of their comfort zone maybe, and then practicing with the art of self-reflection and on how to articulate their skills. Thinking about how do the different things that you're doing in the classroom, in the community, at your job, your internship, at home, with your family, how does everything that you do ultimately relate to your goals going forward, whether that be personal, academic, or professional? Why do your experiences matter? How do you then articulate those experiences in a resume or a cover letter or in an interview? And also getting you exposure to practicing developing your network. We host different networking events, events with employers so that you can engage with industry professionals, opportunities to get mentored by alumni and by your peers. So a lot of different opportunities to engage on campus and virtual, ultimately resulting in preparation for your career, developing your skills, articulating those skills, and connecting to what's next for you after college.
All right, and something else we were wondering was, when should students join Talent Gateway, and is it ever too late to do so?
Well, I would say the best time to join the Talent Gateway is your first semester on campus, or first semester here at UM-Dearborn. Like, that is the best time. But honestly, it's never too late. The Gateway kind of is applicable to any year student at any point of their journey. So they could really join whenever, but if you join at the beginning, you kind of get a little added bonus, because the challenges, which we'll talk a little more about later, are kind of geared to you growing on campus and kind of doing different things on campus. So if you think of your favorite sitcom, I don't know, let's say like The Office or something, sure, you can join The Office in 2 seasons right before it ends. That's okay. People will say it's still a great show. But if you join at the very beginning, you kind of get a whole different experience. You get to grow with the characters. And that really is the same as for the Gateway. If you start at the beginning, you kind of get a whole new experience and you get so much more out of it.
Great analogy. Okay, so how exactly can students join Talent Gateway?
Yeah, joining is really easy. All you have to do is go to our website, umdearborn.edu/talentgateway. You can also access it from the Career Services site as well. And right on the homepage for the Talent Gateway is a big blue button that says Join the Talent Gateway Now. You click that button, and the Talent Gateway actually exists within Canvas. So once you join the Gateway, it'll actually pop up right in Canvas, like a course with the rest of your classes. It'll be there throughout your experience as a reminder that you can go in and do challenges anytime, anywhere you have access to the internet, and go at your self-pace. So it's really easy to join. You also will, once you start coming to campus, we'll see a lot of our career peers around campus, either at a promotional table or an event like Wolverine Welcome Day or involvement fairs, where you can actually chat with them a little bit more about the program. If you can sign up your name and email up, where we can send you a direct link to sign up there as well. But signing up is really easy. It's completely free. And every single student, no matter what level you are or what you're studying, what experience level you have, is welcome to join. There's challenges available for everyone to earn points towards the M-Talent distinction.
Great. And can you tell us about the challenges and the different categories that the challenges are placed into?
Yeah, for sure. So first, all the challenges are like reflection based, right? So you have some type of experience, either you went out of your way to go do it, or you've already done it. Like, you raised your hand in class, and that's actually a challenge. Like, I know this, and I raised my hand in class. You kind of talk about and reflect on why is it important raising your hand, and how can this kind of help you in the future? Because if you don't ask questions, then you're not going to succeed in the future. So we have challenges like that, but also in terms of the categories, we have like 2 category systems. So talking about the very big overarching one, we have a category system kind of, for example, like expanding your comfort zone. So these challenges will talk about different ways for you to go outside of your comfort zone, meet new people, learn more things about yourself, and kind of do something new. But my favorite kind of category, and the second part of the category section, are like the capstones and the competencies. So for example, if I give a competency like leadership, and I really want to work on my leadership skills, I can just scroll down on the Talent Gateway site after joining in Gradecraft, and then I can see, oh, cool, leadership. Here are the leadership challenges that I can use. And those challenges kind of will help you develop strictly on leadership and help you gain that competency and that soft skill that you can mention to employers, like, hey, I took my time to learn leadership, or I took my time to practice my critical thinking. So those are like the two different category systems and examples of challenges.
And I'll just add in that there's like almost 400 challenges available. So there's plenty that you can do, and you get to choose which ones most interest you. So a lot of freedom of choice on what journey you have. So, you look at this photo of these students, they didn't all do the same challenges. They all did a wide variety through all the different categories.
Yeah, and I can definitely say whoever, hats off to whoever put together the whole like Talent Gateway course. It's very organized, like online. Everything like the categories and stuff, and you could see like the score you get, and there's badges, and you could see how far you are to reach your goal. It's like all very organized, and it's like satisfying to look at. And the challenges are usually like they're fun to do, and they're fun to answer. I remember I did one during quarantine, and it was like bake a dish you've never tried baking before from a different culture, and like what did you learn from that, and reflect on it. And I just thought that was pretty cool, because I would have never done that if there wasn't a challenge about it.
Yeah, that's a good one. And we hear a lot of students sharing examples like that, where it's like, hey, if I didn't hear about it through the gateway or through that challenge, I may have never done that thing, whether that be go to a specific event or participate in a program, meet some people, make a dish, whatever it might be. A lot of options that we can lead you to. And that's kind of where the term gateway comes in. It's kind of like a gateway to experiences, right?
That's cool. Okay, and our next question is, how many challenges does a student have to complete, or what do they have to do in order to gain the M-Talent distinction before they graduate?
Great question. So the M-Talent distinction is the award that you can earn from participating in the program. So we've been talking about completing challenges and earning points. Your points add up to some different, what we call designations or benchmarks on your way up to earning the distinction. The distinction is a special recognition that goes on your UM-Dearborn academic transcript. You also, as you may have seen in some of our photos, are recognized with that gold stole that you can wear at your commencement ceremony, and special recognition at graduation. So they'll actually indicate that in the graduation program, have you stand up during the ceremony and be recognized for this wonderful award that when you're speaking with employers in your interviews, you can say, hey, I earned the special award. I went above and beyond to focus on my skills and my personal reflection through this program, the Talent Gateway. So the way that you get there is you earn 50,000 points, which sounds like a lot. But if you really start off, like Trevor mentioned, start off early in your experience and complete challenges throughout your different semesters while you're enrolled, it's really easy to get there and earn the distinction. There's a couple of benchmarks along the way. So when you have 10,000, 20,000, 35,000 points, there's some particular challenges that you'll do. And those are actually worth a lot more points, up to 5,000. And those are some really good opportunities for us to check in. At 20,000 points, you even get to create your own challenge, which is a lot of fun. Once you reach 50,000, you'll participate in an event called the M-Talent Showcase. The M-Talent Showcase is where our students that are completing the program to earn the distinction give a 5 to 7 minute presentation all about them and their UM-Dearborn journey. What experiences have they had along the way? What skills have they developed? Maybe even what challenges have they overcome themselves personally or academically? And then they'll give that presentation. We'll have a nice reception with employers, alumni, fellow students, and then they will be awarded their golden stole as for completing the program. So that's really the last step. So 50,000 points through our challenges with a couple benchmarks along the way, and then completing that M-Talent Showcase presentation. If you want to see what those presentations are like, we have a lot of examples on our website, and then you can access them through the UM-Dearborn YouTube channel as well.
I mean, you also can check out mine because I did my M-Talent presentation. But when, in order to receive mine, I kind of started doing challenges just for fun, not really thinking too hard. And then at some point I was like, okay, I need to really practice on some really important skills. Oh, teamwork. I'm not that great at teamwork. I didn't like working in group projects. Let me just focus on that. So I kind of honed in on that for a while, and then I would just go from one to another, teamwork to leadership to critical thinking, and then to creativity. And then before I knew it, I already had more than 50,000 points. So I'm like, oh, well, let me just fill out the rest of the stuff. Oh, cool. Now I'm an M talent. So it's a pretty easy process too.
So this is a more general question we have for you, but what advice would you give to a new UM-Dearborn student?
I would say go out of your comfort zone as much as possible. College is a really great time, whether you're an undergrad or graduate student, to try something new. Think about the things that you would never thought you would ever experience. So you'll find a lot of those things there are challenges in the gateway for, but things like studying abroad, doing an internship that you wouldn't ever think you would normally try, join a student organization that is something that is interest of you, find different types of cultural experiences to learn more about other people's culture, faith, background, things like that. Lots of opportunities just to go out there and engage and try. I know it can be overwhelming, but try, to find something that you can do even your first semester to help you feel more connected to campus. We've had a lot of time at home over the last year and a half, and some of us are still going to be, learning from home and virtually. But when you do get out there and you do get to visit campus, get out there and find something that you can engage with others in, to meet some new friends, learn something from one another. Because we have a lot of people that are here to support you and to engage with you throughout your experience.
And when you're going outside of your comfort zone, I say this to my M-Talent presentation, so really check it out if you're interested. But when you're going outside of your comfort zone, make sure to fail a lot and make mistakes and try things that are new and try things that you don't think you can do and kind of push your boundaries, because not only is this like the best time in your life to do it, but also you'll have such a great support network and you'll grow from that. So yes, make a mistake, but don't just sit on the mistake, reflect on it. And then from there, don't make it again, or find new ways or learn something new about it as you go on. So I'm going to be honest, joining, especially as your freshman year or whatever year you are, you're not going to know everything, and that's cool. You're not expected to know everything. But one thing that I would hope for you, and I'll actually expect on you, so make sure you do this, I want you to continue to grow and learn from all the things that you'll have, all the different experiences that you'll have here, and then also in your different avenues when you're going outside your comfort zone and doing something new.
Okay. And then lastly, are there any fun facts about both of you or either of you?
Oh, I love this photo. I remember our first Wolverine Welcome Day a few years back, but great times. Fun facts. I always struggle with fun facts. I don't know what to choose. I will just say, I suppose, that I am a huge sports person. So if you ever want to talk sports, talk about whether that be U of M sports, college sports, professional sports, stop by the Career Services office, and we can certainly have a conversation about whatever's going on with U of M football or the Detroit Tigers. I have a goal to go to all of the MLB baseball stadiums and all of the NFL football stadiums in my life. So I'm already at about 22 baseball stadiums and 7 or 8 football. So I'm still got a long way to go, but yeah, that's my fun fact, I suppose, is sports.
Okay, so I think I'll give you 2. So my first fun fact is, it's okay. I'm actually in the presentation. So if you're paying attention, you actually saw a picture of me in one of the slides. So that's my first little fun fact. My second one is, I learned this recently. My mom actually kept my first hair from my first haircut. So my mom had in a Ziploc bag, and she has 4 other kids. So I don't know why she just kept mine, but she has my hair from my first haircut in a bag, and I actually have that now. So that's my fact.
That's cool. And so in response to Trevor, I did see your picture. And then in response to Josh, aren't the Tigers doing very well this season?
They are surprisingly doing well. They struggled very much to start the season, and then have turned it around. So it's been we had a long rebuild of the team not doing very well for the last few years, and that kind of is all of the Detroit sports situation right now. But I'm excited for the future of the team. Although
Yeah.
I must say I might need to stop going to games because I've gone to 5 games this year and they've lost.
I've gone to 2 and I never know what's going on, but it's like a fun time. And I heard they're doing well, so I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I got to stop going though because they've lost all of the games that I've gone to.
That's funny.
All right, so thank you so much for joining us today and sharing a lot of great information about Talent Gateway. And on this slide, you can see we've added some contact information, including both emails and the website to the Office of Career Services and Talent Gateway.
I'll just add in, if you don't mind, that our office is going to be reopening in person Monday through Friday, starting August 23rd. We are located at Fairlane Center North, room 280 and 285 on the 2nd floor. So if you enter through the north side of the building, you just head right up the stairs and our office will be at the top of that staircase. And nice thing about Fairlane Center is you never have issue finding parking. So if you ever want to come on over, hang out, there is some space in that building available for study space. So even if you're not in the College of Business or in the College of Education, Health, and Human Services, you can still utilize that space over there for study lounges and stopping by to visit career services in the Talent Gateway.
That's great.
I also wanted to add, yeah, feel free to reach out. I know you saw like my email on the last thing, and also add me on LinkedIn. And if you don't have a LinkedIn, I'm just saying, getting started on LinkedIn, there's a challenge for that. Go check it out.
That's good to know. All right. Thank you again, Trevor and Josh. For those of you watching, if you want to keep watching our Mastering Maize and Blue podcast series, you could visit this website right here, or they're all posted on the U of M-Dearborn YouTube channel. So if you just go into YouTube, type in U of M-Dearborn, you can see our channel, and then you'll actually see the playlist of all the Mastering Maize and Blue podcast series from this year. And yeah, I think that's all. So we'll wrap it up here. Thank you again. Thank you all of you for watching, and we'll see you at our next podcast series.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.